Here is my 10-year-old son, Rocco. My name is Rick, and he's guest playing for Canes here tonight. And we're getting ready to face off against the SoCal Dirtbags in game 2 of pool play. Didn't have a good game 1. Hopefully we can come back here game 2 and not have to play at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll have to see about that. But for now, we're getting ready to get started here against the SoCal Dirtbags. So thank you so much for tuning in. Here we go. All right, here we go. Tree looks like he's behind the plate. Not sure who's pitching right now. Rocco is playing shortstop. First pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, and Rocco overruns it a little bit. He tries to stop, and it bounces up on him, gets through. Good try. Here we go. Okay, runner on first. They show bunt. Runner goes. Nobody there, and he's gonna have second base. Okay, runner at second. Shows bunt. Runner goes 3. And he's asking for the ball. And it's all out of the glove, so he is going to be safe there. 3-1. Hit on the ground. And underneath Rocco's glove. And underneath center field. Ay, that's going to score a run. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2, runner goes. And it's gonna get by into center field and under the center fielder's glove again. Runner's gonna be rounding third, heading home. And defense killing Canes tonight. Here we go. 2-2. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by third, thrown to first, and they are gonna get the out there. So good job. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Outside, ball 1. 3-2 pitch, down in the dirt, ball 4, and that young man works to walk. New batter, first pitch, outside, ball 1-0, down in the dirt, ball gets passed, and runner gets second base. 3-1, down in the dirt, ball 4, runner's going 3, and he's gonna be there safely. Shows bunt. And that gets down in the dirt past him, and they're gonna hold. So we got second and third now. Sorry for the camera work. Pitch is outside ball, and that's ball 4. It was 3-0, I think. Bases loaded. First pitch, right there, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Thrown home. And he's out there at the plate. I'm pretty sure. Wow. Okay, we'll take it. Good job. 2 outs. Here's the pitch, new batter. Swung on, hit up the middle. And now we're going to have no play at 2. They're throwing home, and that ball sails. So that's going to score 2. New batter, first pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1. 2-0, outside ball 3. That gets past the catcher. Runner going home. Yep, he is, and he's going to score. They throw 3. They've got him picked off in a pickle. Throw home. Throw back 3, and they're going to get him there at third base. So good execution on the pickle. Overall defense was kind of rough. Here we go, boys. Let's go hit. All right, here we go. Leading off for Canes, not sure, but he steps in, bottom of the first pitch. Curveball or changeup, looks like it lands for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit well on the ground, and it gets by the third baseman into left field, so that young man's gonna lead off the game with a single, or either way, he's on first base. Good job. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Runner goes, and he's gonna slide in there fast and swipe second base. Good job. 1-0 pitch. Down in the dirt, runner goes, and he's going to be safe at third on the ball that gets by the catcher. Good job. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit well, off the end of the bat actually, to the shortstop who fields it. Throws 1, and they're going to put him out there. He does drive in that run from third, so Canes score. Here we go. Tree steps in now. First pitch to him. Up for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and hit right back to the pitcher who gloves it. Trots over, easy throw to first for out number 2. All right, new batter in for Canes here. First pitch. Swung on, hit well. And that is over everyone's head, and it's gonna bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. That fence is 240 to 250. I can't recall, but I did measure it on Google Maps. So it's deep. Nice hit, number 15. Way to barrel it up. New batter, first pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, jammed. That's gonna be on the ground towards second base, and he's gonna beat it out as they sit back on it. I don't know if there was confusion on who was gonna get that one, but we got first and third now with 2 outs. Here we go. New batter. First pitch down low in the dirt. Runner from first stays put. 2-0 pitch. Inside, and it gets him, I think. Yeah, it does. So dead ball. That's going to load the bases. Here we go. Okay, bases juiced now. New batter in for Canes. First pitch. Right there, strike 1 as he sees it go down the pipe there. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, barreled, and that's going to get through into center field and underneath the glove. He runs back to get it and throws it in. We're going to have runners at first and third. That scores 2. Nice hit, young man from Canes. Where you at? There you are. Way to go, number 8. Okay, I believe this young man's name is Jacob here that steps in for Canes. First and third with 2 outs. First pitch. Down in the dirt, ball off the catcher. Runner holds at first base. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt, pulls back. Runner goes 2. And he's safe there at third base on the fake throw and back pick. Here we go. Here's the 3-0. Swung on and hit well, but that's going to be foul. 3-0, hard hack. Smacked that ball, but was too early. Here's the 3-1. Up and in, ball 4. Bases loaded again. All right, new batter, bases loaded for Canes. First pitch. Curveball. Drops in there for strike 1. That was a eephus pitch. 3-1 pitch. Down and away, ball 4. That walks in a run. Bases stay loaded for my 10-year-old son Rocco. Hits. Here we go. All right, bases are loaded. 2 outs. Rocco steps in. First pitch. High curveball. Ball 1. 3-1. That one is up. Ball 4. Walks in another one. Good at bat, Rocco. Nothing really to hit. The only pitch that was a strike was 3-0. Here we go. All right, Miggy steps in. Bases still juiced. 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. Everybody holds. Here's the 1-2. And he swings and misses, chases up high, and they get out of it. We leave 3 men aboard. Here we go. Let's go get 3 outs of our own, Canes. All right. Top of second, tie game at 5. New pitcher for Canes. First pitch. Right there, strike 1. Looks like he's throwing pretty hard. Here's the 0-1. Oh, that's going to get him right in the ribs. That hurts. Here we go. Runner on first. New batter shows bunt, pulls back, and the ball gets by. That runner's going to take second base. Here's the 1-1. Outside ball gets by the catcher. Runner's going 3, and he's going to be there safely. 3-2 again. Right there, called. Strike 3 gets him on the outside corner. That's 1 out. Good pitch. New batter, first pitch. Right there, strike 1, outside corner. Same pitch as the strikeout pitch. 1-2, swung on, hit on the ground. That's going to score a run, but it is fielded at second base. Oops, sorry, thrown to first. Bad camera work, but that's 2 outs. And the Dirtbags go up by 1, 6-5 here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1. 3-2 pitch. Down and away, ball 4. Now he walks. So he's going to be on first base. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Inside, I guess, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe. Good try there. Good catch, good throw. Good tag. 1-1. Right there, hit the other way, and foul. 2-2 pitch. Slapped the other way. He's got a charge, and it gets underneath the glove. And they might have him there. No, he's going to be safe. Oh, they call him out. Holy moly. I don't know about that, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Canes give up 1, down by 1. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Bottom 2, first pitch. Down the dirt, ball 1. 1-2. Swung on, hit on the ground. Chopper, foul. 1-2 again. Swung on and hit well up the middle. And that's going to hop over the center fielder's glove and get all the way out here to this fence. Runner going 2, and he's gonna have to hold there with a double. Nice hit, young man, way to go. Way to lead us off here. That's the tying run there on second base. All right, stepping in, new batter. Right there, strike 1 on the first pitch. Here's the 0-1, down in the dirt ball, bounces away, but the runner's gonna hold. 1-1 pitch, swung on, hit well, and it gets underneath the shortstop's glove into left field. So there we go, we're gonna have first and third now with no outs, good job. All right, new batter, first pitch, down low, ball 1, runner goes 2, they throw back to 3 and throw it away into left field. Left fielder going to go get it. Runner at second made it to third and is heading home now. Play at the plate, and the throw's offline. Pitcher has to cut it off, so that scores 2. Canes go up by 1. Here we go. 2-1. Swung on, hit way in the air, and catcher does get underneath it and make the catch. That's first out. Tree steps in now, 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to him is up and away, ball 1. 1-0. Swung on and fouled back, strike 1. 3-2. Away, ball 4, Tree works a walk. First pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Tree goes 2, standing up. Here's the 0-1, outside, ball 1. Tree going 3, and he's there safely, good job. Here's the 2-1 to Luke. Swung on and hit a ton. And that is going to bounce over the fence again for a ground rule double. That's his second one of the night. Good job, Luke. Way to go. First pitch. Sorry, I wasn't ready. They got ready quick after we got that ball over here. That's a ball. Here's the 1-0. Down in the dirt ball. Luke going 3. And he's going to be there safely. 3-2. Off the plate, ball 4. And he works a walk. We got first and third. Okay, here we go. New batter. First and third with 1 out. First pitch, off the plate, ball 1, runner goes second. 2-2, swung on, hit well, but that's gonna be foul out of play onto the roof of the building. 3-2 pitch, off the plate, ball 4, works a walk, and bases are gonna be loaded. All right, bases are full of Canes. New batter, first pitch, in there, strike 1 on the first pitch. 3-2, swung on and missed, strike 3, that's 2 outs. Okay, I believe it's Jacob stepping in now for Canes. First pitch to Jacob, swung on, hit in the air, but foul out of play, strike 1. 2-2 pitch, inside, no, called, strike 3. Catcher spikes the ball, that's 3 outs. We're going to the third. All right, top of the third, Canes up 8-6, first pitch. Ball 1, that's been a strike a lot tonight, but not this batter, not this time. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1. That was a worse pitch than the first one. Here we go. Okay. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 1 out. All right, new batter, first pitch. Swung on, fouled back for strike 1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back, strike 2. 3-2, right there, swung on, rolled over to third base, fielded, thrown to 1, and he's safe there at first base, just beats it out. Here we go. Here's the first pitch, right there, strike 1, runner goes, and the throw's wide, so he's gonna take second base. Here's the 1, swung on and fouled, strike 2. 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3, that is 2 outs, good job. First pitch, right there, strike 1, good pitch. 1-1, swung on and missed, strike 2. 1-2, called, strike 3, and Canes put up a 0, I think for the first time tonight. And they call ball game, that seems early to me. I can't believe they called ball game, but here we go. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share our videos. We're glad you're here. Share it with someone who loves baseball, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.